Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Horror Corner, or welcome if you are new to my channel. Glad to have you here. So, in this video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at five Christmas horror movies or holiday horror movies that I think you should check out. These aren't necessarily well known ones, although if you're a big horror fan, you've probably heard or watched some of these. Um, but these are just five movies that I have to watch every year that I really enjoy that aren't quite as mainstream. You know, you're not going to hear Black Christmas in here, even though I love that movie, the original. Um, some other horror movies like Gremlins and Christmas Evil, you know, ones that a lot of people know about. This is going to be a little bit more obscure, at least in my opinion, but and I also think some of these movies, and I'll mention them as I go, are good like gateway Christmas horror movies. If you're somebody that really loves Christmas, but you're just slowly getting into horror, or you're not a huge into horror, a couple of these movies might be for you as well, and I'll mention them as we go. Uh, so there's going to be five of them. I'm gonna have one honorable mention, and that's more of a personal one. And it's a movie that I picked up at a horror convention last year. Um, and that movie is 13 Slays Till Xmas. So this is a holiday anthology movie, 13 different stories. And I've only seen this once. That's why it's an honorable mention. I haven't seen it enough where I can really recommend it, but I'm a big fan of horror anthologies, especially Christmas or holiday horror anthologies. And I remember liking a lot of the stories in here. If there's 13 stories, I know I liked at least more than half of them. Unwrapped nearly 2 hours. Okay. On December 24th, five seemingly random men are invited to a dive bar by mysterious email. They decide to pass the time by resurrecting the old tradition of telling scary stories on Christmas Eve. As each take as each take turns spinning yarns of Yuletide terror, it becomes evident they may be harboring a dark and deadly secret. So yeah, there is a kind of an interesting twist related to the wraparound story. Like I said, I'm excited to check this out again. But this is a movie that most people probably haven't heard of because, like I said, I picked it up at a horror con. And I think it's probably available online through eBay or you might even be able to find it on YouTube. I haven't searched it, but Amazon or eBay. But I would check out 13 Slays Till Xmas is a good horror anthology movie, holiday anthology movie. So that's just kind of an honorable mention that I wanted to throw out there. Again, mostly because it's an anthology, and you guys know my love for anthology movies. So, and I do remember this having a lot of Christmas atmosphere and really working. The tagline is a fresh, fun, twisted romp, the perfect blood-soaked present for holiday-loving horror fans. So yeah, that's the quote on the front. This is Scream Team releasing here. Um, a Baroom Blitz of Yuletide Frights. From the creator of Volumes of Blood and the directors of Pool Party Massacre, The Conduit, Season's Greetings to Sleep Tight, Unlisted Owner for We Are As Many, Five Wild Animals, B.O.B. Horror Stories After the Slasher, and Stranded. So yeah, 13 Slays of Christmas. Check it out. I'm sure you could probably stream it somewhere too. I'm not exactly sure where. Um, you'll have to do some checking on that. But 13 Slays of Christmas is my honorable mention. Okay, now we're going to get into the top five here. And these are movies that I've seen a few times and I either really enjoy because of the Christmas atmosphere slash horror combination with them. I just think they're really fun, but not necessarily well known. So the first one is a really interesting movie, and that I have on DVD is Anna and the Apocalypse. Um, this is a holiday comedy horror musical zombie movie. There's a lot of adjectives to describe this one, but this movie is just so much fun. I mean, I'm not the biggest musical fan, obviously. Um, I also would say this is a good one for any of you that aren't really. It's a good gateway sort of zombie horror Christmas movie, like horror movie that, but you don't really want to get too much into the horror Christmas. This is a good one because, like I said, as much a comedy as it is a zombie movie. Zombies, what's going on with the zombies? It's a big part of the movie, obviously, but it's kind of more in the background. I find that the humor and the musical aspects of this movie are more at the forefront. So I think that could be very appealing to a lot of people that are looking for like a gateway Christmas or holiday related movie like this. Delightfully gruesome, charming, often clever, and unexpectedly moving too. Yes, it is moving. It does. There's an emotional aspect to this movie that you don't often get in horror movies or even musicals necessarily. One of those rare horror movies to leave you with good holiday cheer. A zombie apocalypse threatens the Christmas cheer of the sleepy town of Little Haven, forcing Anna, played by Ella Hunt, and her friends to fight, slash, and sing their way to survival. It's just a lot of fun. Like I said, it does have some gore in it, but it's kind of over the top. Like I said, it's fun, it's entertaining. The songs are actually catchy. The performances are good. It's just a lot of fun. If you're looking to just have a lot of fun with some good music, some fun zombie slashing, with an emotional edge to it, then Anna and the Apocalypse is definitely a movie you should check out. Um, it's from I think it's from 2017. It looks like so. Yeah, Anna and the Apocalypse is my first recommended sort of lesser known holiday horror movie. So check it out, and a good gateway one too for people that are looking to get into Christmas horror. And it's not really horror; it's more zombie, but obviously there's horror aspects to it. The next one again is probably this one's probably not less as obscure as some of the other ones, but that is my Blu-ray of A Christmas Horror Story, a Canadian Christmas anthology movie. I absolutely love this movie. It's kind of done very much in the same vein as Trick or Treat, I should say, from 2007 by Michael Dougherty. A Blackley comic tale of Christmas carnage, an instant classic, everything a genre nut could want under the tree. Yeah, a gift of holiday cheer and insane bloody violence. You got William Shatner in here as sort of a DJ. Um, it's just the way they tie it all together. Again, it's not quite as good as Trick or Treat, but it's close. I mean, as a Christmas anthology movie goes, they do a really good job of intertwining these stories and having it all fit into this narrative, this wraparound story. If you haven't seen A Christmas Horror Story, what have you been doing with your life? Um, let's see, this one is from 2015, and like I said, it's a Canadian horror anthology movie. But I absolutely love A Christmas Horror Story. I would put it right there with Trick or Treat in a lot of ways in terms of the structure, and how it's tied together. And you've got Krampus versus Santa in this movie. You've got zombie elves in this movie, and those are just a few things related to what goes on in the stories of this movie. But I was just blown away by the twist and the wraparound at the end of this movie. Absolutely loved it. So that's A Christmas Horror Story from 2015. Check it out, especially if you like your anthologies like I do. The next movie we're going to take a look at, I have on DVD, and this one it actually took me a couple watches to really enjoy and get into, and I think this is another pretty good gateway movie, and that is Dead End. Now, I will say there's not a lot of Christmas atmosphere here. The people in this car, they are going to like a Christmas gathering, I guess you want to say, a holiday gathering, but you don't really see like a lot of decorations. This is more highway horror that happens to take place around and at Christmas time. But you have a great cast here. Lynn Shay, um, Ray Wise is in this movie. Um, yeah, the cast is great, and I'm a big fan of holiday or of highway horror. Um, Real white knuckler fear, it says. Read the signs. That's the tagline. But yeah, good. This is a good psychological highway horror kind of movie that takes place at Christmas, and it's just great. It's Christmas Eve, and like every year, the Harringtons take a trip to their in laws to celebrate the holidays. Taking an unfamiliar shortcut, Mr. Harrington makes the biggest mistake of his life, leading his family down a terror filled road with no end. So, yeah, definitely check out Dead End. Like I said, another good sort of gateway try to get you into more horror related to the holiday time of season. This is a good one for that. Dead End. I believe this movie's from 2003, so it's about 20 years, a little over 20 years old. So yeah, Dead End is my fourth movie, or my third movie, I should say. My fourth movie is one that I think is pretty obscure because I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. It's absolutely fantastic, and that is the movie P2. Now, part of why it's obscure, I think, as a Christmas horror movie is P2 doesn't really tell you anything. The tagline, a new level of terror, but it doesn't have Christmas, like a Christmas or Yuletide or anything like that in the title. So a lot of people probably just don't know, but taking the bus to work suddenly seems like a very good idea. That's one of the quotes on the back. I love that quote. But it's Christmas Eve. The last employee to leave her office, ambitious corporate climber Angela, played by Rachel Nichols, arrives in the deserted parking garage only to discover her car won't start. She's relieved when Thomas, a seemingly friendly security guard, comes along and offers to help. Unable to get her engine to start, he invites Angela to share a small Christmas meal with them. She laughs off the invitation, but it quickly becomes clear her situation is no laughing matter. Yeah, it's a really good psychological horror Christmas related movie, and this does have quite a bit of Christmas atmosphere in it. This parking attendant's like office is decked out in Christmas decor. There's a little bit going on in the office, um, and the performances by both Rachel Nichols and Wes Bentley are just phenomenal. They really carry this movie. Their cat and mouse game, their back and forth, their chemistry for these characters is really good. They both give outstanding performances. And this goes to some pretty dark places. It is psychological horror. There is a little bit of gore involved too, though. I wouldn't say it's overly gory. It's definitely more psychological. But this is a really good movie to check out around the Christmas holiday season. If you're, like I said, another gateway sort of horror movie that's not overly gory or bloody. It is fairly violent, though there is actually one scene that is fairly bloody and gory. Actually, now that I think about it, involving a car um, and a character, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, P2 is a movie that you absolutely need to check out. A Christmas holiday movie, Christmas horror holiday movie, I should say. But yeah, the performances, just the cat and mouse game, it's a lot of fun. Check it out. More people need to know about that one. And then my final Christmas horror related movie that's a little bit more obscure, although I think more people are learning about it. It's actually it's a film that wasn't done in the United States. I think it's well anyway, the movie's Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale, that I have on DVD here. And let's just see if I can figure out what Finland. I think this movie was it's a Finnish film, I believe. Deliciously creepy, alongside Gremlins and The Nightmare Before Christmas. The audacious and unshamingly silly gift is an anti-holiday cult classic in the making. Um, Helander's direction recalls early Spielberg, resembles Jean Pierre. I demand that every man and woman of every nationality see the spectacular growing tribute to Santa Claus known as Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale. These are all um, quotes from people. Um, but yeah, this is a really good movie. I've seen it a few times, but I know enough to know that I love it. Like I said, I think it was filmed in Finland. It's only 82 minutes long. It's from 2010. Um, But it's basically about this young kid who lives with his stern reindeer herding father in Arctic Finland. On the eve of Christmas, an enormous excavation at a nearby mountain disturbs the locals and captures the boy's curiosity. When his dad reindeer herd is mysteriously slain and the children in town go missing, the boy realizes that the dig has unearthed the evil Santa Claus of local lore who no one wants coming to town. So, yeah, it's a really good movie, a really good Christmas horror related movie. There is some gore involved here. Um, but yeah, it's really good. I wouldn't necessarily say Oh, this could be a gateway one as well for people. But I just think in general, a lot of people haven't seen this as a Christmas horror movie. So I would definitely check out Rare Exports. Sorry, I lost my lighting there. Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale from 2010. Fantastic. So yeah, guys, those are my movies. Those are my five Christmas related movies that I wanted to highlight for this month, this year. Um, as I said earlier in my December intro video, I am going to be reviewing some other Christmas related horror movies that I haven't reviewed on my channel yet, so stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to pop this video as sort of a first early in the month video talking about, I think, five kind of obscure, plus an honorable mention, which I'm excited to watch again, an anthology. Um, but yeah, with that being said, go ahead and comment down below your thoughts on any of these movies that I mentioned in this video. Have you seen them? Have you not seen them? Do you have any questions about them? How you can find them? Go ahead and comment down below, and I'll try to help you out if I can, because I really want people to see these movies. If you haven't already, if you have seen them, let me know what you think. Do you think they're overrated? That I'm too high on them or not high enough, which is hard to believe. But please like this video, hit the little notification bell, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming Christmas related holiday review videos for this month. Like I said, it's going to be kind of a miscellaneous month, not a specific series. But with that being said, I hope everybody's having a good holiday season so far. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay scared. Bye.